this is how I'm going to start off 2018. But in the way of doing this, I want to sincerely apologize to the entire country of Japan, to the citizens, to the government, to the authorities, to any local out there, from north to south, east and west. I would like to sincerely apologize for people like this who completely disrespect your country and completely disrespect the lives of people. It's bad enough when people like this want to make an ass out of themselves, pretty much being a complete utter douchebag like they usually are. I thought Jake was bad, but this guy takes the fucking cake. And you know what? Life in a Tent, if you're ever watching this, I'm sorry to say, but Logan Paul takes the fucking cake. I know I don't want to keep bringing up your fucking YouTube channel name, but you know what? Congratulations, Life in a Tent. You're now booted off that fucking list. Logan Paul takes the fucking cake. But just in case if there's anyone else who does not know what's going on, is that Logan Paul decided to take a trip out to Japan, and he decided to take a trip to the suicide forest. He decided to film. He did something he was not supposed to do. He was not supposed to go off trail, which he did, even though he was not too far away from the parking lot, like it was said in one of the videos. And by the way, some of these videos are re-uploaded, so good luck trying to hide that, Logan Paul. So you pretty much effed yourself on here. But here's the thing. You may not have monetized that video, but you still exploited that person's corpse to the public for viewership and for subscribers. Yep. And look at that, 15 million subscribers. So I would not be surprised if shit like that was pretty much a catalyst to your little shenanigans. You went over to the suicide forest. You decided to film a corpse. Now, despite maybe your reactions to this, your friends and you started laughing. You started getting closer. You started filming closer. Jeez, who does this remind me so much of that decided to exploit the freaking, not really the tragedy, but pretty much a scary event when someone's grandfather was having a heart attack? Oh yes, that was Vegan Gains. You pulled a Vegan Gains, but only except in this case, you pulled a very, very, very worse one. I can't even think because I'm getting pissed. You yourself, Logan Paul, you think because you made an apology, you get a slap on the fucking wrist. No, it doesn't work that way in my book. And what's even more sick is the fact that people right here are saying, it wasn't unplanned, but it's good. Well, you apologize, but you should have never walked off the trail in the suicide forest, Cameron. That'd be a good apology. We have another reason for that, people. It gets even worse. People are taking it out of context. I do think it was a dumb move on your part. Taking it out of context. What is so taking out of context for filming a corpse and showing it for the public to see? So ask yourself that. So let me get right back into this whole premise. He starts going off. He's like, what's even going on here? Like he doesn't know he's in the fucking suicide forest. One of the most notorious forests to ever be on the face of the planet for suicides. And he's wandering off. He's freaking out like he doesn't know. But yet he's making laughing faces and all this fucking shit. And do you think I'm making this shit up? You can go watch the fucking full thing for yourselves. And by the way, YouTube, try taking this fucking video down just for saying the word fuck. Then yeah, I'm going to see the real hypocrisy to you. Because you let his fucking video up. And you let other people's that just say the word fuck or whatnot. Or talk about a controversial subject. But yet this douchebag's video could still be up. So I don't know if he took it down or whether if you took it down. I don't know. People, refresh me on this. Bring the information to me if he actually took it down or not. I don't know. I want to know if he really did, but Logan Paul, do you have any idea how much jeopardy that you put so much strain on between the relations between our two countries? When I say our, I mean a unity together, because There are people in this world that have actually gone over to Japan, that have actually lived for months or for maybe for a few years just to try to adapt to a culture or just try to adapt a certain lifestyle or try to fit into something. You know how hard it is? Because discrimination does fucking happen. And how this ties in, well, you're about to find out, buddy. It's because of shit like this, of what you fucking do, is what makes it so fucking harder. You actually now have made it more harder for people to go out and experience these type of things. You know what? Japan is probably going to see us like you. I don't want Japan to see us like you. That is not what we need. And this is coming from someone who wants to go to Japan, who wants to learn the rich culture that they have over there, that wants to be surrounded by the neon lights and actually, behold this new type of land that I've never been on, to experience such culture and history. Could you imagine how hard that's going to be for me or for someone else who wants to go out to that country? Because if they see us, probably the thing that comes to their mind is like, oh, you think they're going to pull off a Logan Paul? You think they're going to go off to the suicide forest and film right there and try to be big shots and try to upload a fucking video to exploit for other people to see? Fuck you, Logan Paul. And that's what's so sickening about this. Really? You think because you have an apology video, you're just going to get a slap on the wrist and everything's going to be fine and dandy. Doesn't work that way in my book, bub. So I got a little bit of time, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to look into your little apology right here and see exactly what goes on.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered. None of us knew how to react.
None of us knew how to react, yet you're fucking laughing, you're making fucking jokes, and pretty much you decided to go closer to the fucking corpse. So, which part of that in your mind didn't really said to you, okay, I should probably stop what I'm doing, turn the fucking camera off, and report this to the fucking authorities? That didn't come across your fucking mind, yet you were actually close to the fucking park as it was. Your reactions and your feelings were so fucking raw to that. You know what? Then the first thing in your mind should have been like, okay, report this to the authorities. No, let's just keep fucking filming.
How to feel? I should have never posted the video.
Yeah, you should have never posted the fucking video, dude. This isn't even coming from me, who's a fucking nice dude. You've managed to piss me off so much, I don't even think I could accept this a fucking apology, man.
I should have put the cameras down.
Oh, gee, you should have.
And stopped recording what we were going through. There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. I want to apologize to the internet. I want to apologize to anyone who's seen the video. I want to apologize to anyone who has been affected or touched by mental illness or depression or suicide. But most importantly, I want to apologize to the victim and his family. For my fans who are defending my actions, please don't. They do not deserve to be defended. The goal with my content is always to entertain, to push the boundaries, to be all-inclusive in the
Did you get that? To push boundaries. And before I get any fucking people to harbor over to me and say, you know what I just did was a fucking dickbag move, even though he's made an apology video. You know, shit like this feels half-assed. I should fucking know because I've actually seen people do this shit before. So why do I feel like this is half-assed? I sincerely don't know how much fucking trouble that we are as American citizens right now. This is already a bad fucking start. Even PewDiePie even thought your fucking apology was fucking stupid.
The world I live in, I share almost everything I do. The intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or malicious.
Your intention is never to be heartless or cruel. So did it ever take a tad bit of a moment to think, when you saw a corpse hanging from a tree, a dead man's corpse, was there any moment in your mind that should have said, hey, guess what? What I'm doing here, or what we're doing here, is fucking wrong? You and your little friends, even your friends too, are just as fucking guilty, so I'm surprised we didn't call them out for their too, because their fucking reactions really pissed me the fuck off. But there should have been at least something in your head saying, hey, this is fucking wrong. Turn the cameras off, report this to the authorities. Maybe you would have gotten into a little bit of trouble for it for going off rail, but at least you would have done the right fucking thing.
Like I said, I made a huge mistake. I don't expect to be forgiven.
Let me say this. I can't say that I hate you. I can't say that I dislike you. Do I think you come off as another fucking douchebag? Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know what you've been hearing out of me sounds very cruel, but what I'm going to actually say right now, as much as I don't fucking want to, I forgive this guy. Think about that for a second. Think. I'm not talking sarcastically like what I do, but I'm thinking forgiveness is indeed one of the best things to do, even if someone doesn't feel like they deserve it. I may be so pissed off the court. I mean, I may have exaggerated a few moments ago when I said, I probably won't accept this apology video. But you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, it does take more guts to forgive somebody. Don't get me wrong, I do not and will not condone the actions of what this dude did. It's going to take a long fucking time for me to remove this thought process from my brain. I will never be a fan of Logan Paul's. I will never be subscribed to Logan Paul. But that does not mean that I'm going to be filled up with hatred. I've already learned the lesson of hatred a long time ago, how hatred has no place in my life. It has no place in my heart, it has no place in my life. But you, my friend Logan Paul, you take the cake on exploitation now. I forgive you. That doesn't mean that I have to be on board with you. But now, at least I think you realize now about the giant shit ball that you're in. It's going to keep bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, and then once it stops, eventually it goes away, right? No, that thing's going to keep bouncing and bouncing up and down, man. You just put yourself on one endless ride. So I tell you what. When you start being more of a sincere YouTuber rather than this destructive, sociopathic entity that I see, because I have seen some of your videos, I have. When you start acting more like a sincere, genuine person, and I'm not saying you gotta change who you are, what I'm saying is if you actually brought more sincerity and more genuine character to you, then maybe I have faith in you. Maybe I will have faith in you. But until then, that's not going to happen. Because even if I do forgive you, what's to say that something bad isn't going to go wrong again from you? Like say if you took a trip out to Russia, you took a trip out to Siberia, or you took a trip out all the way to, well, good luck with Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq. But say if you went out to Africa, what will you be doing then? Sure as shit, it better not be like the shit in Japan. Because you've jeopardized a lot of shit.
I'm just here to apologize. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm disappointed in myself. And I promise to be better.
As much as I really don't buy that. Alright. So, before I actually get to the ending conclusion of this, I want to say again to the country of Japan, to the people, to the victim, and to the families out there, I sincerely apologize for the actions of what this person has done. I don't condone it. A whole lot of people with the right sense, they don't condone it. They do not advocate this sort of thing. And as for you, Logan Paul, I hope you are ashamed of what you did. I hope sincerely, and I hope you actually take a look at this as a life experience. But the surprising thing is, I don't hate you. I don't even dislike you. But like I said, I still think you come off as an utter douchebag. But I'm willing to place a bet with you. If you can show the entire world that you can be more of a sincere, genuine YouTuber, then maybe I'll start having faith in you a little bit as a human being. Maybe I'll come forth to say, hey, I respect the fuck out of this dude because you know what? He's doing the right thing now. He's doing things that would actually make people look up to him. Because what you do right now is set a bad example for your followers. I'm still disgusted by the way that, you know, people were pretty much, what's the word I say to describe this? Feels like they were suckered into it, is what I'm going to just say. Logan, I'm offering you a chance to really turn things around. Believe it or not, I've actually had a lot of rivalries with a lot of people on YouTube. I certainly do not want to have one with you. But it's hard. This is hard enough now because I've got to look at this and I got to look at what the fuck you're doing. And you really set a bad example not only to, you know, your followers, but you set a bad example for the entire country. It's a good thing I'm got the patience of a saint. So Logan Paul, if you're ever looking at this and looking at my tweets, I want you to also hear it from my mouth, not from the tweets that I posted, but I want you to hear from my own words, from my own mouth. Show me you can be different. Show me that you can actually make a difference, to be sincere, to be genuine, to show character. Because believe it or not, let's just say if I was in that situation, it doesn't matter ethnicity at this point. But supposedly, let's say if someone I knew was in that forest and you decided to exploit that corpse, you know how fucking pissed I would be? I would be in non-forgiving territory. I would have made it my life's work to make sure your YouTube channel goes down. And I can't say that because that is an exaggeration to a whole lot of an extent. I can't do that. I sure as hell won't do that, and that can't happen. You're pretty much an internet juggernaut. I'm pretty much just a loser. But if that ever came to a point where that was my friend, my family, anyone close to me, I would have made it my life's work to do that. Part of my life's work, that is. But I am a person who is filled with forgiveness. And you know what? Before I end this off, and I don't want to keep throwing little religious stuff out here, but it actually kind of got me thinking. Because something that I learned is about second chances. And I don't know if you're ever going to watch this. Chances are you may not. But if you are, as a human being, Logan Paul, I'm willing to give you a second chance. If you could show me exactly how you can be more sincere and be more productive of something, This is constructive criticism, so don't take this as me trying to change you into something you don't want to be. But this is constructive criticism. If you're willing to open up to be more characteristic, to be more genuine, to be more sincere about things that you do. Because right now, you take the fucking cake worse than your brother. Because here's the strange thing. I actually think you can be more better than your brother. Show me that example. Show me that good example of what you need to show other people. Do something good. Do something that makes a great difference. Maybe then I'll respect you. I've gotten all my anger out. But I'm still willing to forgive you. As much as I really don't want to. So that's how I'm ending it off. If you're willing to accept that criticism, fine by me. If not, you're on your own. Jasper Winnabow, Thrash Winnabow, I'm signing the hell off.